Africa, brother.
Africa abroad.
What's going on, world? It's your man Cordo back again with another episode of Africa Abroad, powered by Susu, of course. And we've got a very special guest today, a forward, immaculate goal scorer, one of the best forwards in Europe that you probably haven't heard about, but you're going to hear about him today. I've got VanDave Harmon in the building. VanDave, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. First of all, I just want to say thanks for welcoming me on your platform, and I'm grateful for that.
Man, thank you so much for being here, man. You're one of the first ones to be on here, so I think this thing is gonna be big, and I think I'm gonna do it for a long time. So you guys that were the first ones to respond back to my DM, y'all always have a special place in my heart, and I'll do anything for y'all. So thank you for taking out the time. You just had a game yesterday. We were talking about that. How did that go?
Yeah, the game was nice. The game was nice because it was an interesting game because we were playing the second place team in their home.
Okay.
And we needed to win by all costs to go to second place, and they dropped.
Oh.
But however, it didn't work as we planned, but we got a draw from there.
Okay, yeah, that's tough. Always getting the one when you needed the three, but there's nothing you can do. You just got to keep moving forward with it. But yeah, so anyway, let's get started. So the first question I always like to ask is, where were you born?
I was born in Liberia.
Okay, where in Liberia?
In Grand Bassa County.
Okay.
To be specific, somewhere in Grand Bassa called the rubber plantation.
Okay, nice. So you're Bassa.
Yeah.
Okay, my pa from Grand Bassa.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So so did you grew up there? Did you when did you leave Grand Bassa?
I left Grand Bassa. I actually grew up in school in Ivory Coast.
Okay. So you were born in Grand Bassa. When did you go to Ivory Coast?
Like 2 years, 1 year, 2 years old. I was a kid.
Yeah. So why did you go there?
I didn't actually get a clear understanding of how everything happened because there were no specific record about that, but our parents tried explaining to us the actual story, but his story is not too clear about that.
Yeah. So how long were you in Ivory Coast for?
I spent like 4 to 5 years in Ivory Coast.
Okay, so you left Liberia when you were like 2, spent 4 or 5 years in Ivory Coast, and then you came back to Liberia?
Yes, and I came back to Liberia.
And so how old were you when you came back to Liberia?
Like 6, 7 years.
Okay, and you came back to Grand Bassa, or where did you come back to?
Back to Lac.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what was life like for you growing up in Grand Bassa as a kid? You going to school. What did you do for fun? What was it like being a kid in Grand Bassa?
It was good. It was good. Especially for the plantation era, it was an environment very restricted, an environment that we had everything we wanted. So it was like we only had to go to school. We come home, we watch television, we play around as kids. So it was quite interesting because growing up there together as friends, it was something that we cannot forget about. Even up to now, we all that grew up together there, we are still in touch, we still communicate, and we are like brothers because it's the plantation era.
Okay, so your parents worked on the plantation?
Yeah. My father worked in the plantation.
Okay, and you grew up with your mother and your father?
Yeah.
And how many siblings did you grow up with? How many brothers and sisters?
I have six brothers, 2 sisters.
Okay, and where are you in the age group of all these kids?
Oh, for the boys, I'm the third to the last.
Okay, so you got two younger brothers.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So when did you start playing football? Your earliest memory of football?
I started playing. I started playing football from like I don't know, very very small. When we talk about career, I can tell you when I started my career. But as for football, because my father was a footballer and my mother was a footballer,
Oh
so
wow,
I started as footballer.
yeah.
Yeah,
So all of
because
your
we had
brothers
every
and sisters
support.
probably played too. Then, if your both of your parents were footballers too.
Yeah, we all play football.
Okay. So
Yeah,
did you play like in the plantation in the community with other kids, or just mostly with your brothers and sisters? How was it playing earlier when you were young?
it was nice. It was nice. We had like in the plantation, we had camps in the plantation, and in every camp we had a team. Yeah, and our team in the plantation was the best team for our camp because we had a lot of boys that could play actually well. Because I had for me alone, I had three brothers that were four brothers that were playing. So it was good, man. It was good. It's a memory that can never be forgotten easily.
And you were playing forward then when you were young?
Yeah.
Okay. So when
But for me, when I was coming up, actually I was I started as a goalkeeper.
okay.
Yeah, I started as a goalkeeper. I was very good in the post. I had good like quality in saving penalties and other things. But my father always had problem with me because I had stunted growth at the time. I was very short.
Okay.
So he told me that being a pole won't be good for you because goalkeepers should be tall people. So I listened to him and my brothers also. I got on a few and I started to play red wing.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Uh,
after that, I started to transform bit by bit, bit by bit.
And how did you transform, just by watching other people play, or like how did you really learn the game and learn different positions at that age?
Now, our bigger brother in the family who is representing our father right now, he turned to coach. He 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 turned to coach and he started to coach us, our team in the camp. So my brother being a coach, I think it should be like an advantage or opportunity for me to play every game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was not like that.
Yeah.
It was like he made us to always work harder than other players in the team.
Yeah.
Because we were like an example. Like the people have their saying, if they can't ready to do by is their own baby first.
Mm.
That's what he used to do. So there was no free ride for us in the team. We always have to work hard and play extra than other people before we have starting time. So he made us to understand that in doing that, you should be a versatile player. You should be able to play any part of the field to have a position to play because everyone in the team at that time was very useful and talented.
That's a really good experience, and I'm glad that your older brother did that, because like you said, he's got his younger brother on the team. He could have just, oh, we're gonna put VanDave at whatever position he wants to be at, and he doesn't have to come to practice and he doesn't have to do that. But he knew that he wanted you to be great, so he always forced you and pushed you to do more. Like I really commend that. You were lucky to have somebody like him on your side to be pushing you like that, because that's probably what got you to where you are today, honestly. All right,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
growing up playing in the community, And when did you first start to realize that, like, I can play this football thing? I'm kind of special. Like, did you ever have a moment where you're like, oh man, I'm better than everyone else, or I really want to take this thing to the next level? Was there a moment that you can remember where you really realized that you can make a career out of this football thing?
Yeah, it all started in the same plantation. We grew like bigger than what we were in a plantation, and it came to a point that football was fading in the plantation.
Mm-hmm.
So certain group of people, my bigger brother and I, the one I'm next to, he and I with a friend called Joe Boy, we were the only one now pushing football in the plantation. We will leave every morning, Sunday early in the morning, and go to everybody's houses and knock the doors and the windows to come outside to play football.
Yeah.
So when we like go knocking on their doors and other things, if they don't want to come out, we'll be like, man, we can just go and have a little fun and enjoy ourselves. After that, at the end of the day, for me, I always said that in this plantation, I will become the best player here. And if I have the opportunity to play in Liberia League, because I didn't play third division or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time we used to hear about county meet and other things, you know. So I said to myself, and I always say among my friends, but maybe some of them took it as a joke. I always told them that the day I will enter in Liberia League, I will win best player. First of all, I will be the best player in this plantation. And if I enter in any of Liberia's league, I will be the best player. And if I have opportunity, I will travel all of Liberia and still be a best player.
And how old were you setting these goals for yourself? How old were you when you were thinking these things?
I was like 13, 14 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so football is starting to fade a little in the plantation. There's not as many leagues. There's not as many people to play with. So you spoke about the county meet, you know, which is the Olympics in Liberia every year. The county meet, every county put together their team. It's the big tournament. Who can win and have bragging rights for the year? So I'm assuming you played in the county meet.
No, I didn't play in the county meet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was unfortunate or I was fortunate, but it happened like this. When I left the plantation, I went to Monrovia to follow my education.
Okay.
Because my father died in the plantation, and I couldn't stay there anymore.
Yeah.
So my entire family moved to Monrovia, and I followed them. When I followed them, I was in Haywood Mission Institute. So I started going to school like 11th grade there. When I started, became a captain for Haywood. We play ISA League. There is a league called ISA League, the Inter-School Sport League. I became a captain for Haywood, and I took them to quarterfinal in the ISA League, and we dropped. After that, I graduated from Haywood. Upon my graduation, like a week to my graduation, they contacted me were about to start. Grand Bassa sent representatives to Monrovia to come to consult me or to come for me to take me to play for them in a county meet, Grand Bassa. But at the time I had my graduation just 1 week and I couldn't go. So I told them right after my graduation I would join the team if you people really want me to play.
Yeah.
But now I have to put my graduation first.
Wow.
So they agreed to that. So like 3 days for my graduation, I felt sick. I felt really sick that I couldn't do anything. The only screen I had on me was the one I had to use to go for the graduation. But I didn't think I could play football at that moment because I was sick.
Yeah.
So I went to the graduation. And after the graduation, like 2 days after the graduation, I tried to recover a bit. And I went on the beach. I jogged a bit to get some energy, you know.
Yeah.
That it was like Friday evening, I had a call from Grand Bassa that I should join the team Saturday on the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I was just sick. I was sick. I cannot join the team right now. But what can you give me like 2-3 days so I can run on the beach and get some energy to join the team? Because now the team is physically fit. I cannot go and join them. And I don't want to join this team and I'll be on the bench.
Yeah.
So give me some time. Let me look for some physical fitness. I will join the team. He said, okay. Upon that, Saturday, I went on the beach, and Saturday morning, I decided to go and look for football around in the community, ERWA community. So I went behind SKD Sport Complex to practice. There I saw some players coming to practice. It was a premium team called Nima FC, Mervin Sobani. So Mervin Sobani team was coming to practice. I didn't know it was his team. So I thought it was an all-star team because it was Saturday morning. I asked them to practice. They refused. They said, oh, this is the premier team. As long as you're not invited, you cannot practice here. I said, okay, no problem, but I will sit and watch you guys. And I'm so excited to watch premium players for the first time.
Yeah.
Since I've been to Mauritius. So I sat down, observing them. They went through that warm-up and everything. Fortunately for me, they had to play 11 star. But the 11 star, one star was correct and one star was not correct. It needed one player to be added to the other side to make it 11 star.
Yeah.
So the coach just said, oh, where is the guy that came here to practice? Just come and pop this star up. Come and correct this star.
Yeah.
I was like, my heart started beating. It was like, I'm coming to play. I'm a premium player. What is this? So he asked me what position you play. I told him I'm a midfielder. At the time, I was midfielder at that time already. So I told him I'm a midfielder. And he said, okay, you know how you do? Say you're a midfielder, go and play right back.
Okay.
I said, no problem. I will play right back. When they started the practice, I was playing right back. For every ball I have, I drop into the center and give some passes and things.
Yeah.
This coach, he got a little bit interested, you know. So he called me. He said, you're a midfielder, right? I said, yes. He said, I'm seeing it because we are always coming in. So where are you from? Practice was on and we were talking. Because he was repping the game at the same time talking with me now. So I explained to him where I'm from. So we keep playing. He took me now from the right back and brought me in the midfield where I say my actual position is.
Yeah.
He brought me now in the middle and took one of the players there and put him right back. So when I came in the middle now, I started attacking more.
Yeah.
In the middle now on top. He said, no, you are not a midfielder. You are a winger. How I see you. How you move, you are a winger. He sent me on the wing. Left wing.
Yeah.
And he put in left wing. I started attacking so bad.
Yeah.
The whole practice now, I took the practice like it was my practice. So, yeah. try and error method now. It turned to like I was on justification.
Yeah.
So through that, the president drove in with his car, Mervin Sobani. He drove in and he stopped. He was in a car observing the practice from a distance. Nobody knew. So after 2-3 minutes, he called the coach out of the practice. The coach went to him. He asked the coach, who is that kid? Where he came from? So the coach said, oh, he just came around. He said he was looking for area to practice and we just added him to the practice because we're not correct. He said, that kid is different. Let's try to see how we can get him on. So after the practice, they talked to me. They said, we are not wasting time. So this is Saturday. We are going to LFA office right now after this practice and see how we can make a document that you join this team and play. They had a match on Monday.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? In a Premier League, Liberia Premier League at the time, it was Premier League.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, if that's the case, no problem, but I have to tell my family about this. So I went home. I told my mother. My mother was happy. I told my brothers and the brother that I'm next to, he said, yeah, making fun. Premier team will come for you. I said, I'm serious. I told him, I'm serious. Tomorrow they are coming for me here to go and register and play in a game on Monday. He said, but you just practice one day. How possible you are going to play for Premier team in Liberia just after one day practice? I said, okay, I'm not talking anymore. Let's see what will happen. We got you talking. After a few minutes, I got a call. Oh, can you come at the junction here? We have to take you to LFA office for a signature and other things. So I told my mother, I said, maybe there's an opportunity for me, you know. Liberia, they don't have money for football and other things. My dream was to play in a big league in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So let's forget about Kantemi. Kantemi is 1 month, and you know my mentality. I don't like too much rubbing oil and the funny thing they do in a Kantemi meeting. So I'm not interested in Kantemi. I will go to play for Nima FC.
Okay.
That's what I told my mom. She said, okay, if that's the case, no problem, because you always believe in yourself. I followed Marion Sobanu, went to the office, registered everything. He gave me boost. He gave me $500 Liberian dollar. I put it in my pocket. So when I came home, I went directly on the beach to train.
Yeah.
Again in the evening.
Because you still getting over the sickness at this time. Like you still trying to get healthy, and you got to play in the Premier League on Monday.
On Monday, yes, on Monday I have to play in the Premier League. So when I came home, I went on the beach. I trained. Sunday morning, I went on the beach. I trained. Sunday evening, I trained on the beach. So Sunday in the evening, they called me on camp. I went to camp. I was like fresh among them. They are all just looking at me on dog. And Sam Johnson, I think you know Sam Johnson.
Yeah.
Sam Johnson was the captain for the team at the time.
Okay.
We had some good players there. So when I went, to my surprise, I started the game on Monday. I started the game on Monday and I played against Jasmine Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my first game I ever played in Liberia against Jasmine Ranger in the Premier League. And at the time I was 15 years old.
15 years old, just graduated from high school, playing in the top division in Liberia.
Yeah.
Man. I just want to, I have to give you some applause for that story, first of all, because there's so many parts of that story. One, shout out to you for graduating. Like, that was awesome. And you having the focus of, nah, I'm not, everybody's dream is to play in the county meet, but I've achieved and accomplished my education, and that comes first before playing in the county meet. So I gotta graduate. So that was the first thing. The second thing was you got sick, but then still was like, no, I have to prepare to get this sickness off me before I go to the county meet. But the big thing that got me is you saw Nimba FC come in, and you asked if you could train with them. That's big by itself, for you to see a group of guys and say, oh, I want to train with you guys, just because I'm trying to get better. Because had you not said anything, they wouldn't have known that you were there, But then the even bigger part of you than you asking to train with them is they said no. They said, no, we're a big team. We're not just some community league. You can't come and train with us. You didn't just get all sad and leave and go and walk away. You were excited to watch them. So you sat there and stayed. And because you stayed, you ended up getting the opportunity of a lifetime to go on the field and show what you were made of. So there's so many different levels of that story that just shows what type of person you are, man. It shows your resilience and that you're not going to take no for an answer, even though you weren't saying like, oh, nah, they said no, I'm going to get on the field anyway. You were fine just sitting there and watching, because it's the experience. You knew like, oh, this is the Premier League. I can sit here, I can learn, I can soak up some game. I'm 15 years old. Sure, I'm going to watch and pick up some knowledge from these guys. But because you stayed and because you had a good attitude, you ended up getting the opportunity of a lifetime. So you played for Nimba FC. How was the first game?
The first game was nice. We won Jasmine Ranger 1-0, and I was the cause of the goal. Took a solo drive into the box, and I was fouled by William Galai Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the first time.
So, how long did you stay with Nimba FC?
I played with them just half season, like 3 months, because it was the second round of the Premier League.
Okay.
That I joined them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened for the next season?
So after that, Jasmine Ranger, they had like ownership confusion,
Mm-hmm.
and the team was dissolved. So the team was dissolved, and other teams were like asking me to join them. But now I felt to myself that I have to take break because if I be too eager chasing big things sometimes, there is a saying that it's good sometimes you take a step back to take two steps forward, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it and say like, now it's like this. So let me take a break and see what will happen next. So I didn't accept any of the requests from any club team.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting, practicing and things. So I met this guy in our community. He was working at Echo Bank, Rufus Lowe. So his ambition was to form a club team.
Okay.
And he started with the bank team. So now I was not playing in the league anymore. I used to play for his bank. Everywhere they have like tournaments and everything, we'll go to play for his bank. We won all the bank tournaments around with him. So based upon that, the guys that he had with him, he had the confidence that he could form a club team with us. That's how we formed the ERW United.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. We formed the ERW United. We took part in the league, in the second division league, and we played in the league and we were qualified to the first division. But I left them before they could qualify. At the time already, I played for ERW United like one season. After that, I was called to the national team under 20. I was the only second division player to be called on the under 20 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah. Amongst the first division players, I was the only second division player. So, and I went to the under 20 against Ivory Coast. It was another story again.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I was called to this under 20 for justification. We had almost more than 100 players that went through this justification. And amongst these 100 players, we were two second division players that left. All of these players, there were final 25 players called. The 25 players that were called, I was the only second division player amongst the 25 players.
Mm-hmm.
So they told us, they say, oh, this is the final listing. These 25 players, we are going to work with them to play Gambia because Gambia is supposed to be the first game. So tomorrow, they said like it was Thursday, Friday. They said Friday morning, all of the 25 players should go at the BYC fee in the barrack. So we went there Friday morning. When we went there, we were waiting for the coaches. Waiting for the coaches, we saw different players coming in with boots and other things that were not even part of the justification. So we didn't know what was happening, and the coaches came and said, oh, gentlemen, we have to make some adjustment and other things. So we'll be dropping some players from the 25 we call to add some players there.
Wow.
These players didn't justify. How you want to drop players?
Yeah.
So they call the players, they call all of the players were around me. I was the only player that dropped.
Oh no.
Yeah. They dropped me from the list. So my coach, another coach was there from ERW United called Coach Bobo. He said he got angry. He got angry while they dropped me from the team. I told him, I said, Coach, you don't have to get angry. This is the national team, you know. Maybe they are taking the best players to represent because there is a country issue, it's a national issue. So next time I will try. Maybe I didn't do too well to convince them. He said, no, it's not the case. They like partiality, they like pick and choose. So I said, it's no problem. But one thing I know, I will be called back to the under 20. That's the only thing I said. A friend and I were together at BYC sitting down after the dropping from the team. He was feeling bad more than even out of the draft. I said, why are you feeling bad? I said, trust me, bro, this team, they are going to call me back to this team. I will play for this under 20. He said, you sure? This is Liberia, bro. They drop you all of the system. I said, no problem. You'll see it for yourself. We went home. They prepared for the game. They played the first match. It was this Susu Smith was the coach. They played Gambia. Gambia won us in Liberia. But Liberia filed protest against them, and the protest won them. So LFA decided to change the coach. They took Susu Smith off. They brought Coach Pella on. So when Coach Pella came on, Coach Pella said he had some adjustment to make. He had like few players to add to the group again. And among the few players that were to be added to the group, I was the number one on the list of Coach Pella.
What he saw you?
So,
he was at the justification, and he saw you or something, and he wanted to bring you back. How did he know about you as a new coach?
I play against BYC 2.
Mm-hmm.
When I was playing for ERW United in the second division league, and BYC 2 was a tough team. I play against BYC 2. I play against BYC 1 in a friendly match, and I think he was at the stands in the state at the justification.
Yeah,
I think he was there. So when he came, I was surprised that he called me because I didn't know him. He didn't know me. We never talked before. We're not cool. So I was surprised he added my name to the list. So I was sleeping to my house early in the morning. This president of ERW United sent a friend to my house. He came on the ring. Oh, your name is on radio. They said you should go for practice this morning. I said, which practice? They said, Lone Star, on 20. I said, how? The people play game yesterday. They come and play friendly. They come and play return match in 2 days. How can they call me? He said, no. The people said, our president, he put the telephone on. The president talked with me. He said, hey, VanDave, you are called back to the team. They said you should go for practice this morning. I said, what? I was all of energy because I've never been training and all of things. So, I don't know. Going to this match again, to this practice again, I went directly into a test match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went directly into a test match. And when I went to the test match, Coach Pella, his players he called, I started in the first team because there were 2 practices, first 45 and second 45. I started in the first team. I started in the first team and I scored hat-trick. Right back. Calling me back to the team again. I scored hat-trick in the first test match for the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody was upside down. People were up the stadium. Now my coach, Kosovo, who got angry, he was standing up the stadium when they were asking him, where is that kid from? He said, the kid that was here, you're driving sometimes ago. That's the kid. So he brought argument amongst them. After that, the 45 minutes, I left the field, and we left the field. The next group went. The practice was like difficult again. Capella sent me back on the field with few players. We went back on the field, and I scored 2 more. So in that practice, I scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I was like number 1 striker now on the under 20 team. All the strikers in the 4th division league, they were on the bench. We have Abu Kamara, we have Blamo Nimle, and all the people then who were playing for BYC, Leicester, all of them now, they were on me from ERW United.
Yeah.
On the under 20. So I met team and form. We play Ivory Coast in our home. I played 90 minutes start to end. Instrumental in the game. And we won Ivory Coast in our home. We went in Ivory Coast home. Ivory Coast beat 2-0.
Yeah.
We came home. Since then, I've been in the system of the national team like that. When I came back from the national team from Ivory Coast, Pascal, Leicester, BYC, they all wanted to sign me. So I signed for BYC. It was how I joined BYC.
Okay. So I didn't even know this background because all I know is you from BYC. So I thought, that's your team that you started with beforehand, but it's nice to hear this story about how you even got there. So how long were you with BYC?
I spent like 3 seasons with BYC, but I didn't actually play a complete 3 seasons. I played just 1 season with BYC.
Okay.
Because I had injury. My first season with BYC, I broke my knee. I played like 3-4 games. I broke my knee. And after that, I didn't play the entire season. The next season, I was coming back up. I was training, getting prepared. And I left from BYC. I went with the national team to the WAFU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when I broke my knee, I came back. I tried to recover by myself, possibly, and I played like 2 games for BYC, and I was called on the 23, the local national team for WAFU.
Yeah.
So I went with the team to Senegal, and I was the best player in the tournament. I scored we wanted the second place in the Wafu tournament. I was supposed to go there. And after that, through that tournament, a team, Jamas Academy in Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how they saw me. They saw me and were interested in taking me over. And they came to me on a camp, Lone Star camp in Senegal. They asked who's your president. I told them it was Sekou Kone. They talked with Sekou Kone. They asked that Sekou Kone should come to Senegal. They didn't want me to go back to Liberia because it was going to be a long process.
Yeah.
So they wanted Sekou Kone to go to them in Senegal to discuss that I can leave there and start everything because they had a delegation that our training is supposed to go to France on a trial program and something.
Yeah.
So Sekou Kone, he said no, I should go back Liberia and this and that and that. So it was too long. Yeah, I didn't want problem. So I left it. I went back home, focusing to go and play back in Liberia League. These people send their team manager in Liberia behind me.
So they said it was gonna be too long, and then you should come, and then they went and got you anyway.
Yeah. So not even expecting it, they send their team manager in Liberia. This guy took plane. He came to Liberia. He came to our camp. He met everything. They discussed. They signed the contract, everything. And I left. I went to Senegal, but I missed the program, the dedication. Our training, like they had like 1 week or 2 weeks to go to France.
Yeah.
I missed the training program, and the day I got there, it was the same day they left. Yeah, so that's how I left in Senegal. I started training with the program they had there and everything. So based on what they saw, they felt I could help them in the league. But the intention was not to play in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I went, based on what they saw, they registered me to play in the league. Trying to play in the league again, I got injured again in Senegal. So I sat down like 4 months in Senegal. I didn't play football. I was on rehabilitation throughout. Liberia above to play Togo. Liberia sent invitation to Jambas in Senegal for me to come to the game.
Not to play, just to go to the game, or to play.
Go and play.
Oh, okay.
To join the national team because I was in Senegal. I was a semi-pro.
Yeah.
But they didn't know I was injured anyway. So when they sent an invitation, and the club told me, they said, "Oh, your national team sent us letter that you are invited to go and join the national team to play against Togo." And I told them how possible that I can go. I sat here like 3-4 months. I've never played football. How do you expect me? They say all we can advise you is a national team call. For the record's sake, just go. Once you reach there and you tell them you are injured already, for the record's sake, it will appear that you are a part of the team.
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't want to. I know my country. I know where I'm from. So I cannot do anything for record to spoil my future, with them.
Yeah.
So it's better I leave here with you that already know my problem than to go to them that don't know my problem. So I rejected the request, the invitation, and I told them I was not coming. And it was like, I don't know. So after that, I told them I want to go back home on vacation because they wanted to send me to France to operate to do surgery on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the advice from my guardian was that they checked me and they didn't see what was the problem, what was the cause. So why are they going to operate? Why are they going to do surgery on?
Yeah.
So it's better I go back home and rest than to go do surgery on something that you cannot see. It was how I left Senegal. I went back home. After 1 week, I went home. After 2-3 days, I started to run again on the beach. 1 week time, national team called me again to practice for Tunisia game.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I joined the practice, I was impressive. Like I didn't even sit for 4-5 months. I was very impressive in everything there in Liberia. Until I started a game for Lone Star in Tunisia. The game Tunisia Biafra won the African Cup, the last game, 2016. I started against Tunisia in that game. So after the game, Chamba people saw me playing and they sent me a message. Were you the one who saw playing right now? I said yes. They said how? You were here. You didn't play 3-4 months. You were injured. You couldn't walk. I said, I don't know. It's beyond me. But I'm happy that I'm here playing. They said, oh, we are sending you a plane ticket right now to come out. I said, no day. I can never come back to Senegal, bro. That's what I told them.
Yeah.
So it was how my Senegal business. And then when I came to Liberia, my CEO, Raul Salif, he called me. He said, this is Liberia, going to Senegal as a swimming pro. And nobody knew what happened. Only you and I knew. So since now you can practice, you can run, you are playing well, I advise that you go back and continue everything. I told him, I said, Pap, I'm not being disrespectful. I always listen to your advice and everything. I always count on you for advices and everything. But this is me. This is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he doesn't have the belief about what I was thinking or what we think back home. Yeah. But I told him, I said it was not just an injury. So I cannot go. I prefer staying in Liberia to play for BYC than to go to Senegal to kill myself again. I cannot go. I told him I was bold with him. He said, okay, send that will make you happy, no problem. But get ready for Liberian people. They are sure going to tell you that you went, you didn't do anything, you come back, you did this. I said, I don't have ear for that. I don't listen to people.
Mm-hmm.
I know as long as I decide to come here, I will come into this league. I will win. I will win like higher goal scorer in this league, and I will leave on this league.
Mm-hmm.
He said, okay, if you decide to do that, no problem. You can come. He put me in the team. He registered me with the team and everything. We started to play. I was the captain for the team. So I played one season. I won the MVP in the league. Yeah, I was scorer. Through that, I had opportunity again to go outside. So since I got out now, I've been out forever. I'm just here.
So you came back. You came back from a tough time in Senegal where you was battling injuries and just different management, and then you came back and you still had the same vision that you had been talking about for years, where you said you were going to do this, you were going to do that, you were going to win the league and become this guy, and you did that. So from BYC, what was your first move outside of Liberia after you left BYC?
I went to Latvia.
Okay.
Yeah, from BYC, I went to Latvia.
And how long were you in Latvia for?
I played in Latvia for half season, 6 months. Yeah, they wanted to extend the contract, and because with them the half season I played, God was with me. I did my best, and other team in the league, bigger team with good money, wanted me, but there was the agent involved was doing something on his own,
Mm-hmm.
So we had to disagree upon that, and I left Latvia. I came back to Liberia.
Okay.
I'm never always afraid to go back home.
Yeah.
As long I'm not understanding anything, I go back home.
Yeah.
So I left Latvia. I went back to Liberia. From Liberia, I went to Czech Republic.
Okay, so how long were you in Liberia for when you left Latvia?
I was in Liberia like 3 months.
Okay, so you weren't there and signed a new contract with a team. You were just there just to go home and chill before you got another situation.
Yeah, what happened was in Latvia, the team I was playing for, FS Meta, they actually got liquidated. They went out of money.
Okay.
So even the apartment I was in, they couldn't. The time was off.
Yeah.
So I had to leave. I had to leave and come back because they wanted to sell me, to transfer me to another team.
Yeah.
But they wanted me to go as free player, and they Meta wanted to benefit.
Yeah.
So how can they end contract with me as free player and then they want to benefit with me?
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
So that was the confusion between they and my agent and everything.
Mm. Okay.
And they cannot maintain me. They cannot maintain me because they don't have money.
They don't have the money to keep you. Yeah.
Yeah. So my agent advised that I go back to Liberia because it was winter, and winter there is so hot.
Yeah.
So he advised me to go back to Liberia and keep training until they can settle everything, and he would tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went back to Liberia, based upon that, it was taking so much time. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months passed. I was not hearing anything. And I was like, no, it's like this. I cannot come here again to stay here. This time now I have entered Europe, so I have to go. It was how my friend, my agent in Liberia, Frank Daniel, agent one, he was always with me. He connected me to this agent in Latvia. And he told me, he said, oh, there's an agent here. He's always interested in you and everything. So let me talk to him and hear what he says. When he hit the agent up, the agent said, oh, right now I can provide plane ticket for this guy to come. So he provided a plane ticket with no time, 3 days. And I left Liberia. I went to meet him in Austria.
So you spoke about it being in cold in Latvia. How I wanted to ask you, how was that first experience? So you left BYC. You're going to Latvia. Was this your first time even going to Europe?
Yeah, it was my first time going to Europe.
First time going to Europe. So you land. Like, what's your experience now? How old were you when you went to Latvia?
I was 20 years.
So you 20 years old, first time in.
No, I was 23.
23. Okay. So 23-year-old, first time in Europe, and you're in Latvia. What was the experience like off the field? Were you missing your family? Was it too cold? Is different seeing different people? How was it?
Yeah, it was not too, it was okay because it was my friend and I who went, a boy from Liberia and I went together in Latvia, Sonny Dolo. So we were together we were together every time. We did everything together. But as per the experience of the cold, it was not easy.
Yeah.
The cold was something different. Because for the performance on the field, everything was good. The experience was there, and we were impressive to the officials, the technical staff, and everyone were important in the team. But those people, they are organized in a way that if you are even playing and you've been affected by something, they know.
Yeah.
So every time we are playing in a cold, and when I'm freezing, when I'm getting zoomed into the game, they will always take me off. And I will want to get angry. I feel to myself that because I'm not doing anything, I'm playing shit, that's why they take me off.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the coach will come to me and tell me, hey, look, you had this problem, You were freezing, your mind was zoomed, your mind was like freezing, so we have to take you up to protect you.
Yeah.
And I will be like, oh, okay, I understand. And I will start to encourage myself again, but it was very bad. Latvia gets too cool.
Yeah, that's real. I don't like the winter. I don't like the cold either. So I haven't ever experienced cold like Latvia. So yeah, that's a different level. All right, so you spent 6 months in Latvia. You returned to Liberia, and then you went to the Czech Republic. That was your next stop in Europe.
Yes, I met my agent in Austria, and I had 2 trials in Austria, but there was a confusion. The club had their own agent who brought his own players, and at the end of the day, they didn't take us.
Mm.
Because the coach, the technical staff that were there, we went through the trial, and they were impressed. They had a meeting with my agent. They talked with him. They said, "Oh, we like this player. We sign this player." And after a day or 2 days, they sent him a message that, "Oh, everything canceled. We are no longer taking this player because we cannot pay we cannot maintain him here, his apartment, his salary, and this." So my agent called me. He said, "Oh, I just got a bad news. The people call me, but I know it's a technical problem. It's an inside problem."
Yeah.
I said, "I don't have time for that. All I know, I'm concerned about. I did my best there. I went on trial, and I played games, and I scored goals. I gave assists.
Yeah.
So I'm not detailed of anything. I'm just here waiting. He said, okay, no problem. So I was in Austria for 2 weeks indoor without going out in the hotel. I was there just waiting for call from him. Everywhere he would calling people all around for contacts and other things. So after that, 2 weeks into, I got an urgent call from Czech Republic to go directly into a test match with Slovenian Liberia from how you call it country, Slovakia,
Slovenia.
Yeah. So we went directly into the game. I joined this team from Czech Republic. We went into the game, and I did my best, like always. And the team that we play against, they wanted to sign me from the second division team right there.
Yeah.
They negotiated with the representative of my agent. I went there to see me, Marcus. And my agent was like, no, we have a plan for him. We will catch the big one, but we have to be patient. I got angry a bit.
Yeah.
I told him there is no time. I have myself. I know my age. So you cannot mind your plan and affect me. This is an opportunity for me. If it comes, we have to catch it. So I got angry with him and he talked to me. He said, no, we are targeting this. So I said, okay, no problem. I'll listen to you. And after that, I played with this team. This team couldn't pay salary. I played with them 6 months. They couldn't pay me salary at all. So I got angry. I left their apartment. I keep everything I like to do and left the area. I went.
Yeah.
That's how I left Czech Republic, because I had like 1 month for my Schengen visa to be expired.
Yeah.
So I was afraid to stay in the Schengen region and my visa expired. It's going to be bad for me throughout.
Yeah, definitely.
So I told him, I said, I cannot leave here anymore. So it's best I leave this place, because now we don't have team here now. All the leagues are closed already. So I have to go out. So he called me. He said, oh, I can take train and come to Slovenia and Michael will take you somewhere. It was how he took me down to Kosovo. This Michael guy on another trial. So I went to Kosovo on trial. I saw the environment. I was like, okay, no problem. We keep going. So they called me for trial for like 1 week. But after the first training, the coach called me. He said, we don't have to go 1 week anymore. What I see today is okay. We have to sign you and you join a group. We start working up. Because I went there, I met some of my Liberian brothers there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was how I started from Kosovo with my Liberian brothers there, and we started playing. And the first round of the league, I was on top of it. And the second round, another team, bigger team than the first team, took me in the league, Ferronikli. And I played for Ferronikli. Ferronikli contract ended, and I told them that they should increase my salary, but they refused. So I told them, no, I cannot be importing to this team as you claim, and you are only paying me than people that are not importing.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking about anything like I'm from Liberia. I have to bear this, bear that. No, I know who I am. I know what I have.
Yeah.
So
get paid what you worth.
If I don't value myself here, no one is going to value me. That's why I rejected the contract, each and every one of them. I rejected the contract, and this team put in for me. And there were 3-4 teams here that wanted me, and other teams in Egypt, in Turkey, and other places wanted me, but due to Corona, I couldn't get visa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I actually supposed to go to Israel. It was very sure. The club team, everything, they were waiting. They were working on the visa process, but the embassy paused everything.
Yeah.
That was how I came here now.
I feel like even hearing your story, it sounds very familiar to, other people that I've talked to, and I want to ask you and get your opinion. Why do you think that this is the story or the journey for most young African players? Like you leave Europe. I mean, you leave Africa to go to Europe, and there's some promise of something, and then you get there and you perform, and then the European team says, "Oh no, we gotta do this different, we gotta do that different," and then your agent says this, and you go like, why is that always the story with young African talent? Why do you think?
I feel that first of all, they always take disadvantage of the country you are from.
Mm.
Yeah, they will never do this to a Senegalese player or Nigerian player who come from an organized institution in Senegal, Nigeria, or Ivory Coast.
Okay.
Once you are from somewhere around that you can take anything because the mentality they have, oh, where is this guy from? He's from Liberia. Where is Liberia? Allow him to come, convince him. If he comes here, you give me anything, he won't refuse it because he doesn't want to go back.
Mm.
That's the mentality. So they will convince you, they will tell you any other thing just to come here. Once you reach here, they bring up different stories. They know fully well that, thinking fully well that you cannot reject this because you don't want to go back.
And that's good for you to, like you said earlier, you never been afraid to go back, because that's the thing that they try to hold over your head. Like, oh, we'll pay him $100 a month, something stupid, because like, oh, he doesn't want to go back to Liberia. But you were like, yo, I'll go back home. It's fine. I'm not going to go back and stay there. And now I don't have another opportunity because I believe in myself. So I didn't even take in what you said about like, I have no problem with going back home. I think that's really good, because you put yourself in a position where like, it's okay to walk away from a situation. You guys aren't paying me as much as I think I'm worth. What, I should just take what I'm not worth because you got it on the table? No, I'll leave it. I'm fine with going back home. So that's really big right there. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you're still in Kosovo right now?
No, I'm in Albania right now. I'm playing the Super League in Albania.
Yep. So this is your first season in Albania?
Yeah. This is my first season.
How do you like it so far?
Yeah, it's good because actually for me, I don't really compare countries, because everywhere cannot be the same.
Yeah.
So wherever I find myself, I live with the situation there and move forward, just to move forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't focus on comparing this place. No, I don't do that. As I'm here. I live like I'm okay here, and I try to work harder to move forward.
Yeah.
The only mentality is to keep going up.
Yeah. That's very true, because you can get, it's good to stay in the moment, and not get caught up with looking back or looking forward, or, oh, I wish I weren't here. It's like, nah, you have to make the most with where you are right now in order to move forward, so that's definitely a good mentality to have. Are you the only Liberian in Albania right now? Or?
Yeah, right now I'm the only Liberian here.
So how do you said you went to Kosovo and you met up with some other Liberians. How is it to be in Europe, and then you get to all these foreign, faraway places, and then you get to a place where you see people that are like you and familiar? Is that like kind of a relief for you?
Yeah, very relief. You feel like you are home already,
Yeah.
Because nothing become boring or stressful for you. Everything you feel normal. You feel like you are home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many Liberian guys were you with in Kosovo?
We were three there, but we were three in the same city, and one was in another city, but we didn't actually live with that other guy,
But all of you guys were on separate teams.
No, we were three on the same team.
Okay.
Yeah, the first team I came to on trial, the last team I played for there, it was the parent team of both of them.
Okay.
And this team loaned them to the team I came on trial.
Mm-hmm.
So I met them there, and we all played there. And at the end of the day, their loan ended, and they came back to this team, and that team brought me to them also, their parent team.
Okay. So I know you've been in Albania during COVID and stuff like that. So maybe you didn't get a chance to explore the country and stuff. But when you travel to these different countries, do you get a chance to get into the culture and eat their food and get out and travel. But you seem kind of focused. You seem like you focus on becoming a better player. So maybe you don't go out as much. But do you get a chance to explore the city and eat at different restaurants and do stuff like that?
No, actually, I don't really do that.
Why
I'm
not?
always, I'm always home. This is the reason you see, or more people ask me if I miss my family, I miss this. But it's normal that I will miss my family, but I'm not too into that side of life, you know. I'm always alone home, even in Liberia when I go for practice. When I was in Liberia, when I go for practice, after practice I come home, I sleep, I find food, I eat, I sleep. After that I go on the beach, I train, I come back. My routine was just normal like here now. Here now the routine is just normal every day. You wake up in the morning, you go for practice, from practice back home, from home practice like that.
Okay.
So it's almost used to me.
Yeah. What are well, I'm not going to ask you all of your goals, but like what are some of your visions for the future of your career? You know, like what do you want to do, or when you know at the end of the day when you're done playing and you look back, what do you want to say that you've accomplished, or where have you been? What are some of your goals for the next few years of your career?
Oh, actually now I'm not focusing on a particular country like many Liberians think want to see you in England, in Spain, because they don't know the criterion to play in those leagues.
Yeah,
We have the potential, we have every ability to play in those leagues.
absolutely.
You know, for example, they just saw Oscar Dolly playing for Slavia Prague against Leicester City,
Yep,
taking big midfielders that won high levels in England, playing them, taking them all of position.
yep,
You know, but they always speak because they don't know the criteria. Our national team is very low. Our country is very low. Those are things that disqualify us, that cannot make us to easily enter there. So my focus. If I will go there, is by the grace of God. But my dream is to play at a high level,
okay,
a very high level. It can be anywhere, but I want to play at a high level. When I say a high level, I'm talking about a level that I will be earning something very tangible, that I can do anything at any time, you know.
yeah.
That's the level I'm talking about. I'm not talking about top 5 level leagues or whatsoever.
Okay, that sounds like a good goal, and you've always, it seems like throughout the story of your life, you've always set goals for yourself, and you seem to accomplish them. So I think it will happen for you. So my
Yeah.
final question that I have for you, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to rest or something like that because you literally just had a game. But my final question for
Yeah.
you is, what do you think? You spoke about Liberia being a low rated country. I think we're 100 and something in FIFA World Rankings right now. So it's not an opinion, you're stating a fact. But what do you think that it will take for Liberia to get up to a better level, and what, how would you like to see it done? What would you like to see for the future of Liberia? So I asked you, you know, what do you see for the future of yourself? What would you like to see for the future of Liberian football and for young Liberian athletes that are coming up?
I will only be like happy. Maybe at the time we will be off the system already, and some way of the other we can try to influence or to push something. But I will be happy if the name Liberia be recognized outside. That's the only thing, because for me, I don't know how. I don't have any idea how it can be developed, how it can happen back in Liberia.
Yeah.
But I will only be happy if our country name can be recognized outside. Because if you come outside, they ask you, where are you from? I'm from Liberia. Where is Liberia? Sometimes we have to even say George Weah, and now George Weah's name is even fading. Yeah, not much people. It was the old people then that knew George Weah.
Yeah.
Once you say George Weah, they know. But now everybody they didn't see George Weah or they don't know about him anymore.
Yeah, the younger generation, they're not as familiar with him.
Yes, 5-10 years from now, people won't know anymore who is George Weah. So we just pray that something better happen or best happen, that our country name will be recognized. Because we don't have any icon outside anymore.
Yeah.
We are all striving for greatness. We are all fighting, pushing our own way.
Yeah. I agree with you completely on that. And I mean, I don't know what it'll take, but I think it will happen. You know, I think there's a lot of young guys like you and some of the other athletes that I've talked to, and you know, guys like me who I'm a little bit older than y'all, but we want to become a part of building up Liberia for, like you said, is we're recognized worldwide because the talent is there. You said it yourself, and I'm sure you see it. You know, try being able to travel the world and you playing professionally in Europe, and you're like, man, I got a peeking back home. He can drill past all these guys. You know, so it's tough for us to not get the respect or the credit that we deserve, but I think it'll happen for us one day. But
yeah, we pray.
Yeah. But thank you so much, VanDave, for your time. This is a great conversation. You have an amazing story. And just best of luck to you with the remainder of this season and with the remainder of your career. We'll definitely be watching you closely because you're a goal scoring machine. So if you want to see some balls hit the net, you better watch where VanDave is at. Do you have any last words you want to leave the viewers with or anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to say, everybody out there that are watching or following this program, you just have to believe in yourself, know what you want, and go for it. Go for it with everything. And I want to say thanks for calling me on your platform. I really appreciate that, and you are working hard to promote people. So I'm proud of you, and thanks again for the opportunity.
Man, thank you so much, man. That was another episode of Africa Abroad. We out of here.
Africa Abroad.
Africa Abroad.